Oh dear, just waiting for my tea to finish. Nice easy one tonight. Fish fingers and oven chips. Still haven't managed to get to the shop to get a casserole mix, so that'll be something to do tomorrow, but I'm tired tonight, so let's hope I can sleep, because it does take a toll on your health. How are we doing with this now? I've just been watching a funny fucking video. So fucking funny, admin stitches. Yeah, that's still going. It was there last time, weren't it? In between the 2 and the 3. So now we're past the 3 and it's still going. But it's tapering off slightly there. But that don't mean nothing if you look at that and then that after it. So, but the spikes look like they're getting smaller. So it might taper off, it might not. We shall wait and see. This one. Right. Something I noticed about the changeover from incapacity benefit I was on to ESA, and they even sent a guy out with the form to my house to get me to sign it. I didn't check the paperwork before I signed it. I was then moved over to ESA. Right? When they tried changing the benefit again and wanted me to sign the next one, I made a point of reading the contract that I was going to be signing, and I noticed a word change in it. Fit to work, income related. Right, I thought, well, I'm disabled, how's that work then? And they've already changed the wording of the benefit from incapacity benefit to employment support allowance. But hidden in the second one that they wanted me to sign was the fit to work thing, hidden away in the contract. So I did a bit of digging on it, and I found on one of the government websites, it said government benefit changes, blah 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 blah, fit to work to be amended at a later stage. Right, so they've been, over the last few years, classifying everyone legally through the courts as fit to work. Don't forget the third word is going to be amended at a later date. And you'll get what I'm saying with this anonymous video. Me and some anonymous friends derailed David Cameron's Syria war vote just after we brought to the public's attention that the Conservatives were trying to bring back national service as well. David Cameron had sold Assad chlorine to clean water systems and that sort of stuff, and then accused him of bombing his own people with it. And I found a video on YouTube of the Alliance's rebels filling a Calagas canister with chemicals and then firing it into an area with lots of blocks of flats. It wasn't the Syrian army using chlorine gas, it was the Allies' rebels. So that got posted to all media sites, all political parties before the vote, and David Cameron didn't get his little war vote. Russia and China sided with their allies, rightfully so, and that was the end of that. But still, England and America kept messing about, because it's all about the oil pipelines that they want to go through Syria for the Greater Israel project. But that's another subject. Anyway, let's see what this is about. Because China's threatening action over COVID-19 backlash. I saw a memo from Netanyahu's office, who had been charged with corruption, and it was to his mate Ben from Donald Trump, and it was dated November 2019. 19. And on this scrawled note it said, NATO has just dropped in China. So let's see if I could find that. The Chinese definitely found it. So let's see why China is threatening to defend itself and its children now.
An internal report presented to Chinese President Xi Jinping and other top leaders concludes that global anti-China sentiment is at a level not seen since Tiananmen Square crackdown, and recommends preparing for a worst-case scenario of armed conflict with the United States, according to Reuters.
War planning,
citing people familiar
fit
with the
to serve.
Of the document. The report, created by the China Institute
all males working age in the UK, fit to, amended word, serve. They've been planning it for ages, years.
Rise as a global superpower as a threat to Western democracies. One of those with knowledge of the report said it was regarded by some in the Chinese intelligence community as China's version of the Nabokov telegram.
Chinese intelligence services, I thought so.
The Soviet ambassador to Washington, Nikolai Nabokov, that stressed the dangers of U.S. economic and military ambition in the wake of World War II. Nabokov's missive was a response to U.S. diplomat George Kennedy's telegram from Moscow that said the Soviet Union did not see the possibility for peaceful coexistence with the West, and that containment was the best long-term strategy. Reuters, which hasn't seen the paper, couldn't determine to what extent the report's grim outlook reflects positions held by China's state leaders.
I'm on 9 minutes, so I'm going to pause the video quickly. Got 4 minutes record time, so I've got to talk quickly. Chinese Defence Ministry responds to child abuse scandal. Some Americans and globalists were abusing Chinese children in their kindergarten system, and this was the statement made before the outbreak. Right, listen carefully, it's only 20 seconds long.
Kids are the future of our country. We will not allow them to be hurt by anyone in any way. The military is the guardian of the people. We won't allow anyone to tarnish our soldiers in any way.
Right. Took me a while to find it because they moved it, but I found it.
threat posed by the coronavirus since they were the first to learn of it, U.S. State Department spokeswoman Morgan Ortagus said in response to questions from Reuters, without directly addressing the assessment made in the Chinese report.
All about them
Ortagus
globalists,
added,
isn't it?
Beijing's efforts to silence scientists, journalists, and citizens
the
and
Murdoch
spread
lot.
disinformation
That's
exacerbated
why
the dangers
Murdoch's
of this
doing
health
the same
crisis.
in America
President Trump
as what
in
he
recent
done
days
in
has
the
been
UK
ratcheting
now.
up criticism of Beijing, while threatening new tariffs on China. His administration has been considering retaliatory measures over the outbreak, according to the report, which warns that anti-China sentiment could also threaten their Belt and Road infrastructure initiatives, and that Washington could take advantage by offering financial and military support for regional allies, which would in turn make the security
India.
situation in Asia more volatile. On Monday, Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin said that President Trump is reviewing options to penalize China, adding that he expects Beijing to meet their obligations under the Phase 1 trade deal. I have every reason to expect that they honor this agreement.
The invisible
and if
enemy.
They don't, there would be very significant consequences in the relationship and in the global economy as to how people would do business with them, said Mnuchin. As Reuters notes, China's Xi has shaped the country's military into a fighting force equipped to win modern wars, expanding air and naval capabilities and reach in a challenge to over 70 years of U.S. dominance in Asia. China's foreign ministry is now calling for peace and cooperation, saying the sound and steady development of China-U.S. relations are in the best interests of both countries and the international community, and that any words or actions that engage in political manipulation or stigmatization under the pretext of the pandemic, including taking the opportunity to sow discord between countries, are not conducive to international cooperation against the pandemic. Trump, meanwhile, announced that he will cut off
Running out of record time. David Cameron's war vote.
Syrian rebels using improvised mortar bombs made of cooking gas canisters killed 311 civilians between July and December this year. 2/3 of the deaths were in the northern city of Aleppo, where the so-called hell cannons have been fired on government-held districts.
So the
Syria's
Allies,
second city.
rebels,
Some
gassing
200,000
the Syrian people.
Died, the United Nations
Got it?
says,